long way.
Yeah. When you're not putting, not 8 batteries or 9 volts, or they have definitely, because that was a lot of the weight. It was attributed to having those as well. Load them up with the
Right.
batteries. I do have to say I tried something. So I know that in some of my videos, people have said, well, is there a way for you to like kind of spray down the beach? And I picked up like a spray bottle, like a plant spray bottle, so not a little like foo water or whatever that they use to clean the fines and
Oh
stuff, but an
yeah, just
actual
to put water in there.
a bigger one, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like a cleaning bottle type sprayer. And at the beach, I went down and the water was still there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use the water that's here. And that way I don't have to bring my own. And that way I'm not, bringing fresh water to salt water or anything like that.
Right.
So I filled it up and I started spraying the beach. And I looked, because John was actually on the second time we went down. He's like, let's go. I'm gonna go with you. I'm like, okay, awesome. And I'm like, people probably think I'm crazy. I'm standing on the beach spraying the beach with the spray bottle. I'm like, oh, look it actually works. You can, but
You
yeah,
can see better.
anybody driving by would probably be like, what in the
Who's that
world?
crazy woman? She's out there spraying bugs or something. That's probably what they thought you were doing. Who
Hmm.
knows? That's funny. I can imagine though how it helps you. I know there's places where I know, like in the creeks, some of the creeks, when there's like a sediment on top, it would really help when you're not sure. Just kind of spray it down a little and
Hmm.
give you a better look. I bet it
Yeah.
helps with the finding those beads, does it?
Yes, it did. It helped like take the sediment, like because it is salt water. Everything gets, when the sun hits it for a while or it warms up, everything has this white look to it. Like
Oh, like a crystallized kind of foggy
yes.
look.
Yep. So that
Okay.
definitely helps with that. I know that when I'm in the creek or along one of the channels, like in the mud flats, you can, if there's always going to be water that's running, I take my like mason tool and kind of like scrape the top as I'm walking
Mhm.
up it, with the stream coming at me type of thing. And that helps get rid of the sediment as well, to kind of, you can use your eyeballs to see what's there.
Mm.
So I've done that quite a bit.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's how I found like that blue teardrop bead. I think I posted a while ago on Facebook, as a
Wow.
picture of it, as well as the video is up. And then that
Sweet.
cool bottle I talked about, I think when Steph was on, is now even more pieces of it. It's just shattering as it sits. It's crazy.
Right.
That
Right.
one, no, because it broke even more. Another chunk has broken off. And it hasn't done, I haven't moved it. It's still sitting on like a soft area. It's just, it's like shattering without, it's the weirdest thing ever. Very sad. It broke into 3 pieces while we were on the live with Steph. And then over the last 2 weeks, it's shattered even more.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, when you were out metal detecting and you said you found some buttons, were they flat buttons?
Metal detecting? I got 2 flat
Yeah.
buttons and 2 tombacks.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And then
And
a whole
any
bunch of,
with designs or anything
no
on
designs
them?
this time. And I'm still slowly
Oh.
cleaning the other ones that I had found the week before that. Um, just going slow with those because they do look old and there definitely is something there. So I've done a little bit here and there. But again, the week kind of got away from me as well. So it's not like every day I'm spending cleaning them.
Right.
I'm working on them a little bit here and there when I come in the room, but lots of lead. I've been finding, and not so much like musket ball, but like lead splatter. So like that they were pouring mold and missed or whatnot. So, but again, I know that they harrowed and they've spread everything out, so you can't really tell. Like even when you put it on like I was trying to find, okay, where's the hot iron spot? Well, it's everywhere. I'm like, I can't, because you're trying to find, um, yeah, you're trying to find where the house might have been, and it's not helpful when the field's been plowed a million times.
Wow. Yeah.
Like you were in that field near
Yeah.
the, I don't know, near the pond. There were multiple like areas of just tons of iron. And
Yeah.
I've done a lot to clear it out, but it's just still nothing but iron. I don't know.
That's the thing with those fields. Once, I mean, they keep plowing it and keep plowing it, keep spreading it out. So you got to keep hitting those trashy areas, those areas with that iron, and probably use multiple, coils. Try the smaller coil versus the large coils. It's different. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I again on I mean I just sadly I have the not sadly I have the machines, the two machines. I haven't purchased a new coil for the Knox. Just haven't done it
Yeah.
yet. Um I will eventually get the smaller coil. I have a feeling it's going to be coming out. I think I saw a few with the Manicore just got the smaller coil. Um but
So
I
there'll
have
probably
this.
be one coming up before too long.
Yeah, I've got the smaller coil on my MX7 and I've got the elliptical on my MX Sport. And then if I remember
Do you ever use your MX
sometimes
anymore?
I need to, no, it doesn't work. I've got to box it and send it to Garrett, but it's outside the
Oh,
warranty too,
no.
so I don't know. I've been using my
Dang.
Garrett pinpointer more. I use both
Getting used to it?
yeah, I use both the Carrot and my TRX. The
Do
TRX,
you?
yeah, because I just have them at different sensitivity, so it makes it easier.
Right.
And yeah, it seems to be doing all right. It's weird because the whole thing sets off and the TRX only the point, like only the tip of it sets it off to let.
There's different settings for
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, but
You changed it?
the whole pinpointer still, like I could touch it the side of the pinpointer to the area that it's near and it will set it off.
Huh.
Maybe I'm not explaining it right.
I know what you mean, but I mean, there's one where you can put it on the smallest setting and it won't. It's mainly towards the end.
Oh, okay. Maybe then I do need to set it down a little bit more. Yes, sir. And I apologize. I'm trying not to clear my throat while we're on. I'm
If you
still
gotta
fighting.
clear it,
Yeah.
you can pause that thing. I mean, you
Yeah.
can mute it, and I'll just chat away and go for it.
Like the allergies, everything is in bloom. It's nice. It's nice, except for now I'm like, oh, I got permission for this one, but it's woods, and I'm like, I'm not going in the woods right now. I'm
No.
not. No, no, it is not the time of the season to get into the woods. All
Right.
the vegetation, the undergrowth is already well on its way. So,
Yeah, the undergrowth here is insane, and I started carrying a long-handled knife on my side right now because if I do kind of venture into the edge of the woods, I just about need something to cut away some stuff or bring a machete. But I've been bringing it mainly when I go out into the woods to go dig for pottery. When I go dig for the Indian pottery, I encountered the other day, I think I'd mentioned already, there was a bunch of wild pigs out there, so
yep.
some javelina hogs, so just for a little extra protection, just in case. Because if that mama has some babies, she might decide to take after me. And there's a bajillion snakes. It's about every time I go out anymore, I see a snake. If I'm in the woods or near the creek, there's a lot of water moccasins here. So.
No, thank you. I do know. So I'm also bummed. I realized that was it Sunday? Nope, on Saturday, while out mudlarking. So one of the areas to get to the beach that I go to, you go through a marsh. So you have to be very careful where you're stepping. Well, I was like, oh, I was going back. I'd already come over, so I was trying to find my footsteps to follow. Well, I'm like, oh, look, there's one of my boot prints. That must be it. No, no. I think it was a print from maybe a prior time, but there was nothing underneath it. So when I stepped down, it sucked in my entire boot, and I'm like, I'm one-legging it. I have my hands on the ground, and I'm like, okay, I got to turn and basically be able to pull the boot, so that way I could get it out of the mud. And so John's like, did you take a digger? I'm like, no, nope, I haven't. I'm not all in the dirt. I said, only my foot got sucked in. So
wow.
It ate that boot. The problem is, while I was out, my right boot was leaking. So I'm like, oh, darn it. These are finally, they've made it a year. The right boot's leaking. And then, yeah, I went and did that with the left one, and it poured the water over the top of the boot.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm like,
crazy.
oh, those are going to be so gross now because, there's no.
Yeah. I hate it when that happens. I was out, and we've gotten so much rain here lately, and I was heading out to the woods the other day to go dig for pottery, and I had one boot that I got stuck in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily it didn't quite as bad as yours, it sounds like, but these are my leather cowgirl boots.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I had to go wash them off in the creek once I got to it.
You might want to stick a hose in them too after, because creek water, I noticed the creek water is worse than the bay and the flats that I go into.
Really?
If it gets into my boots, it smells worse than the mud flats. Yeah, it's so gross.
Yeah. Starts smelling rancid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's got that sewage smell.
It does. So what I'm going to do too is, because I'm out mudlarking all the time and I'm constantly in heavy broken glass areas and sharp metal, I'm going to take a picture of these boots to show everybody, because there's giant chunks of this thick rubber that are the soles of these boots that are gone. And it's also
from the glass.
From the glass, yeah. And in a certain area looks like it's almost like yarn, because it's shredded, the rubber on the back.
Oh, gosh,
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah. And then I'm going for it. I'm going to start a boot blog and call it Mud on the Boots.
I love it. I wonder if there's something you could get to put on the bottom to kind of add an extra little, like just that gummy, gooey glue stuff that you could add an extra layer on the bottom of the boots.
I don't know. These are so thick already. They're
really?
about like a 3-inch rubber base to them.
Wow.
So they've done a really good job of protecting the soles of my feet. I do admit that, and I will probably purchase again. They do not survive. I have not had them survive more than a year, though. That's the only downfall.
Yeah, that's about as long as a pair of boots is going to last me either. The way you and I are constantly somewhere.
Yep. And I'm like, another $100. So I try to buy them. Like they're mostly winter. Like they're the -30. They work in the
Yeah.
summer. I don't care because I'm not, you're not getting out there for 8 hours.